Hi, good morning. This is Ken Owens, coming to you live from Cisco's DevNet Zone. I am the CTO for Cisco's Internet Cloud Services. I'm here to talk about software-defined disruption. So when I think about software-defined disruptions, one of the first things I look at is the current problems that are facing developers today. And being in DevNet Zone, there's a good opportunity for you to kind of see some of the innovations and some of the work to help address these specific issues. The first issue is it just takes too long, even with current cloud solutions and platform as a service solutions. It still is taking developers and enterprises far too long to kind of set up and deploy their applications as quick as they would like to be able to. It also is still the case that even though you have the ability to create dev and test and QA environments in these different as a service offerings, there's still a lot of differences and nuances from one environment to the next. And so it still takes a little bit too long in a developer's model to kind of deploy the development code, test it, and then when they go to production, they still have a lot of issues to try to solve because they didn't actually have everything modeled in all the different services they test with. It also is taking versioning and kind of the day two or the running of the application and the update of the application still takes a little bit too long when you're looking at the way, pace, and speed of software development is needed today. It needs to be sped up quite a bit. So when you look at these challenges and you kind of think about the way that is the most optimal flow in a developer's mindset, they want to be able to develop their applications to run multiple services, have different languages and different support for different types of software that they need to develop within. They have multiple different requirements from a storage standpoint that need to be taken into account from the beginning. They also have to build their application, and that environment usually is some kind of a software-defined lifecycle that has bottlenecks and has control points built into it that do slow down that process, and you want to try to address those bottlenecks and automate them and orchestrate them as much as possible. And you want to have a consistent packaging. No matter where you deploy the software, you needed a consistent way to deploy that software. On a deployment side, the ability to include different internal network services and application services are important. And we consider why are we talking about this today at DevNet. I think the main reason is software is eating business. Every company is becoming a software company. And if they don't look at addressing these nuances and these changes quickly, then they're either going to be out of business in the next 10 years or they're going to be redefining their business. So what is Cisco doing here, right? What Cisco is doing is we're trying to create a platform to enable the Internet of Everything. And that platform is trying to address the billions of devices that are going to be rapidly developing and connecting to the Internet. We're trying to leverage frameworks that developers already leverage and want to use, so we're not trying to create a new environment or a new framework. We want to allow you to develop and write your code and deploy your code in a very streamlined, normal method that you use today without any changes to how you like to do things. But then when it comes to running and deploying, we want to give you a framework that lets you manage that application across multiple services and across multiple environments. And so what we're introducing here at Cisco Live is a project called Project Shipped. And Project Shipped is an experience that we've created end-to-end flow for software developers. You can get hands-on here at the Cisco Live DevNet Zone. We have classroom instructions and we have different user product demonstrations going on in the DevNet Zone. And most of my team is here also that develop the microservices infrastructure and the software development experience around Shipped. We're also giving away free GitHub and Bintray private repos at the event. In terms of the architecture for Shipped, it's built on a microservices environment, a low-level infrastructure services that allow you to develop your application locally on your laptop. We create a virtual sandbox environment on your laptop. You can develop and write your code leveraging what tools you have today on your laptop. You then publish that into to GitHub today, and we're going to support private GitHub and other repos in the future. We're leveraging Drone to kind of help continuously integrate and deploy that software across multiple private and public cloud environments. We've been leveraging common tools to allow you to sort of manage multiple application deployment technologies across multiple different cloud technologies. So we actually created a complete abstraction layer for the application to run across multiple clouds. And it's not just something that Cisco is doing. We're part of a community that is really developing this capability. We partnered very closely with HashiCorp, a couple of companies called Clicker and Nomata, and then a big partner with OpenShift and Cloud Foundry to try to really integrate more and more of these application frameworks into the shipped product. It's very much an intense focus on the developer-centric design structure, and we have a lot of POCs and ways for you to contribute online. We have a microservices infrastructure project on GitHub. We also have on the DevNet website at developer.cisco.com/ship. You can learn more about Project Shipped. We'd like to invite the community to get more involved. We have quite a few stars already, but we'd like to have more people working with us, not only on the microservices infrastructure, but as we do things with microservices and networking, there's a lot of enhancements we want to make in the networking space to really help make containers first-class citizens within any private or public infrastructure. And also within OpenStack, we're trying to do policy intent, which is helping to define business rules around how that application should behave and perform, and what are the availability and the performance requirements of the application, or the SLAs of the application, that we can then make internal decisions within the infrastructure, across any infrastructure, how we manage those workloads to give you the most optimal performance. Now with that, I'd like to thank you very much and for your time and your attention, and hope you have a good rest of the day.